everyone, I'm Kristen Kish, and welcome to our final round of interviews for the Upwork Collab series, where I'll be locking in my dream team of independent talent to bring my vision of a unique culinary journal for kids to life. This journal will be full of illustrations, open-ended cooking experiments, and journaling prompts aimed at helping kids find their creative voices in the kitchen and beyond. Once my dream team is assembled, you'll be getting a front row seat to the creation process. We've already hired Lisa Wee, our incredible illustrator, and Dr. Tamishia Booker, our creative co-author. And today, I'll be searching for our marketing specialists to bring our journal to the masses and help kids in a meaningful way. The best part of the project is that proceeds of the journal will be going to What's in the Mirror, an Austin-based charity doing incredible work in promoting mental health awareness and suicide prevention to the LGBTQIA+ community and communities of color. All right, let's get to it.
My name is Crystal Covington. I'm a marketing consultant. I have helped people that didn't think their voice mattered to be seen in really cool ways. I've been featured in Wall Street Journal, Business Insider, Forbes. I was recently awarded the Denver Business Journal's 40 Under 40 Award. If I was talking to 15-year-old me, I'd look at that girl and I'd go, oh my gosh, she's so cool. I want to be like her when I grow up. Working as a freelancer gave me a sense of control over both my workplace and my environment. So once or twice a day, my son loves to ask me to take a walk. Personal development was a huge part of my life. When I think about what I want for my own son, I want him to be able to stand up for who he is. This is just one of the many tools that I think parents need to have, and I'm really excited to be a part of creating something like this.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you just tell me a little bit about who you are and how you got to where you are now?
I have been doing this a really long time, for over 13 years. I think I found my way here by accident. I wanted to be a therapist, always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've been a part of so many nonprofits, ran a women's organization that got me a lot of really great accolades. As a young person that had psychology skills, they often put me in the sales and marketing bucket. So I kind of had this way of thinking about how the customer thinks about the product or where they're likely to go. And they'd say, okay, well, you should be running this. So you take care of it. You find the customers. And that happened over and over and over again until my skills kept growing.
You mentioned a women's organization. Can you expand a little bit more on that?
So I started Women of Denver when I moved to Colorado. Over time, it's been super impactful. I've had women tell me that they've built businesses, they've made huge career changes. So I'm really proud of everything we've been able to create.
I see your little ones. He's the cute. I just saw this little human go right down the stairs.
Yeah.
So in terms of self-identification and understanding who we are, is that something that you and your son talk about?
So he's 2 years old right now. In the area we live in, we're pretty much always the only wherever we go. I am constantly trying to figure out how am I going to make sure that he feels comfortable in his own skin and doesn't feel that he has to go and simulate something that he's seeing outside of himself in order to be the best person.
So how do you envision taking something, I guess, relatively specific and vulnerable and getting it into the right hands?
Yeah, I feel like the product is literally made for me. So I've done a lot of work with mommy influencers and parents to humanize the product and helps to show people how they can use it in their everyday life. Food is something that people are kind of okay messing up with, especially when you're dealing with children. So I love that pairing of the food and that conversation and openness and journaling.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
My name's Christina. I'm here in Los Angeles, California. I am the co-founder of a small boutique agency called Folk & Co. that I co-founded with a dear friend and former colleague, Zoe King. Say hi, Zoe.
Hi.
I've had the opportunity to work at a ton of amazing companies throughout my career. Just going to sit down to get a little work done. Someone has taken it over. All right, where are we going?
I'm going to a coffee shop.
Yummy, right? Able to get out on an early morning walk. One of the great things about being able to work from home and run your own business. I'm really excited to get the opportunity to potentially work with Kristen on this project. As a mother, you know, you're always trying to think of ways that you can help your children find their voice and find their creativity and find their authentic self. What she's doing is amazing. As a marketer, I think it's a tremendous story and something I'd love to help tell.
Hello.
Hi.
So can you give me a little bit of background and overview on the path that you've taken thus far to get where you are now?
I am a marketing executive. I have over 15 years of experience. I started out at Wasserman Media Group and we worked with athletes and talent. I worked at Sonos where I led strategic partnership marketing there. I've worked at Fender and helped them relaunch their acoustic guitars. So, got the chance to work across a ton of amazing brands, a ton of amazing companies, and, worked across a wide variety of areas within marketing.
I feel like we all need to carry around business cards that are like, this is what I've done. And it's like a constant resume, not only really for anyone else, but just to remind ourselves of how badass we are.
And it's funny because I climbed sort of a traditional corporate path, and then I said, I want to find my own way in this. I want to find my own voice. The pandemic hit and everything was kind of up in the air, and more people going out and working for themselves, doing freelance work. There was a moment of, wow, what am I doing? And you're sitting there, you're like, it's now or never.
I had this weird moment where I quit my job. I left a traditional work setting and I went out on my own and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And I quit and I just went for it. So how did you feel when you finally made the leap into your own business?
So we took the leap of faith and went out on our own and have loved it ever since. Every day when I get to wake up and I get to take my daughter to school, and then I get to work on projects that I love and I care about and that are inspiring, you don't go back. Just as a marketer, you can sell stuff all day long, and I've sold enough products. The things I want to do now are things that I either, find really exciting or interesting, or can help make, the world a better place. That's when I heard about what you were doing. I was really excited about it. As a mom, I'm really passionate about helping my daughter find herself and find her own voice, however she wants to do that. There's an opportunity to tell a unique story from your personal perspective. It's so rich, and so, I think it's gonna resonate, and I would love to be a part of it, and have no doubt that I could be a tremendous help for this.
Thank you. You are an inspiration, and I'm so happy that you went off and did your own thing, because now you get to own your own space, which is fantastic.
Yeah. I'd say the same to you. I think congratulations on where you've gotten to, because it's obviously worked out for you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Andrea Mora and I am a viral marketer originally from Venezuela, now based in LA. I just always really loved putting myself out there and being able to tell authentic stories. I pursued the more traditional sides of marketing, but my soul was just craving a lot more adventure and financial freedom. And I knew that the gateway for that was to become a freelancer / entrepreneur. I decided to just take the big leap and start my agency, and here we are now. Moving here was incredibly tough. I haven't been able to really visit back home because I'm finalizing my immigration status. That is why I try to call my parents every single day. Bye, los amo. Because that on its own is a core memory, right? Because I'm not able to have them here with me. Sometimes I feel guilty, to be pursuing my dreams. Does it make me less of a daughter to not be there with them? So, that is why I love social media and technology so much, because it allows me to leave these moments whenever I'm not able to live them in person.
Hello.
Hi.
So to kind of get things started, can you give me a little bit more background on who you are and how you got to where you are now?
I'm 24 years old and I've been in the marketing industry pretty much since I was 13. I used to grow Justin Bieber and Jonas Brothers accounts on Twitter all the way to like 60,000, 70,000 followers. I actually started producing for mega influencers when I was 19 years old, growing their channels from 3 million to 12 million collectively. And I started spearheading marketing at this viral marketing agency. I realized last year that I'm like, I can do this on my own. And I was able to scale to a 6-figure agency within 13 months. My parents were the ones who inspired me to really keep pushing forward, and they're honestly the biggest reason that I have in my life. My dream is to be able to retire them someday. They're also entrepreneurs. Seeing that hustle since I was little, I was like, heck yeah, I can do it too.
Yeah. Talk about yourself and all the amazing successes that you've had helping your clients, and kind of maybe a few examples that you're willing to share.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my friends, Nico, he has a band in Colombia, and we grabbed the song. We saw a way to make it relatable to the moment. And instead of going to the bigger influencers who were going to charge me a kidney and 2 livers, decided to target their best friends. And the reason that I did that was because of FOMO. The second that the bigger influencer was looking at their best friends just hopping on campaigns, they were going to be like, oh, why am I not doing that, right? Yeah. That gave us basically the tool to get these other influencers to hop on it for free. It really worked the way that I wanted it to, thank God. Within a couple of days, we were hitting 12.5 million views, and they're now signed by Universal Music Group. So that's really, really exciting.
So basically what you're telling me is you can take my existing followers and hook me up with 15 million of them.
Okay, no guarantees, but maybe.
No pressure at all. You know, I'm always interested, because obviously social media has become such a large part of our existence. How do you put yourself in front of even more people?
Oh my gosh, set some sort of awareness and drive some buzz to something, and then really be able to build a relationship with the community so that you can keep scaling from there. Think of it as free marketing. Whenever you make an impact on someone's life, for example, per our conversation, I'm gonna go tell my friends, oh my God, I met Kristen, she's amazing, right? So I become an advocate for you, I become a fan. It's the same thing on social media where people keep sharing the things that they find useful and whatnot. Our goal for this particular campaign would be to really establish some sort of message, and then from there partner with creators who really do put impact in front of anything, and then try to find some sort of story angle that makes it more relatable so people can be like, you know what, I actually need this.
Thank you very much for your time.
Absolutely, bye Kristen.
I did not expect this particular category of marketing to be this hard. How do you choose the best one amongst 3 of the best? I think I had the most personal connection with Crystal, just maybe the way she spoke. I don't know, something about it felt like we would be great friends and we could talk for hours. Christina, I admired so much of her boss lady status, like she's wildly successful. Andrea, she's incredibly knowledgeable in social media. That's a huge asset because I particularly am not. I can see where one may have strengths where the other one doesn't have. So I think it's just picking the right person for what we need for this specific project. I feel good about this. We are going to call. Hi, Andrea. Hey. So I wanted to first off thank you so much for your time. I would like you to be on this project because I find your skills something that I do not possess. And you basically monopolize the category by having a skill set that no one else had.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
You're welcome.
Literally, as we were speaking, I was already saving references of
amazing.
Manifesting it.
Well, you did it. You manifested it. You are wonderful, and I really look forward to seeing what we can do on this.
Can't wait to get started. Woo, let's do it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. It's official, the team is assembled. Now the fun really begins. Next, we'll be uniting the full team for our first brainstorming session, and then off to the races. I can't wait to see where this process takes us. One thing is for sure, I feel great about the crew Upwork has helped me put together. We're off to the races.